If you're sleeping less than 6 hours a night, your belly, your blood vessels, and your brain may already be taking a hit. And yes, that can happen even if your blood sugar still looks normal. Let's go inside the body and see what sleep loss and stress actually do. It starts in the brain. When you don't get enough sleep, your hypothalamus, basically, your brain's alarm center, reads that as danger. It sends a signal to your adrenal glands, the small glands that sit on top of your kidneys. Those glands release cortisol, your main stress hormone. At the same time, adrenaline rises too. Your heart beats faster, your blood pressure goes up, your whole body shifts into fight mode. The problem is, this system is supposed to switch on briefly, then shut back down. But when you're only getting 5 hours of sleep, it doesn't fully turn off. In one study, just
activates.
1 week of 5 hours sleep raised evening cortisol levels in healthy men. It also reduced insulin sensitivity. That means the body cells didn't respond as well to insulin. In another experiment, just one night of 4-hour sleep dropped insulin sensitivity by 19 to 25%. Just one night. Now let's look at what that does to 3 major parts of the body. First, the belly. When cortisol stays high, it works together with insulin in a very specific way. That combination pushes the body to store more fat. And not just anywhere, it drives fat deep into the abdomen, around your organs. That's called visceral fat. It's not the soft fat right under the skin. It's deeper, more active, and much more dangerous. This fat doesn't just sit there. It releases inflammatory chemicals like TNF-alpha and IL-6. Those chemicals travel to the liver and muscles. In the liver, they can promote fatty liver. In muscle, they make insulin resistance worse. So the cycle keeps building. More stress, more visceral fat, more inflammation, worse blood sugar control. Second, the blood vessels. Cortisol and adrenaline keep the vessels under pressure. That helps drive blood pressure up. But the deeper damage happens in the inner lining of the blood vessels, called the endothelium. Normally, this lining makes nitric oxide that helps blood vessels stay relaxed and open. Under long-term stress, nitric oxide drops. At the same time, the body makes more endothelin-1, a substance that tightens blood vessels. Inflammation and oxidative stress rise too. The vessel wall becomes stiffer. Plaque starts to form. This is called endothelial dysfunction, and it's one of the earliest steps on the road to atherosclerosis,
This 3D
heart
animation
attack,
shows how
and
circulation
stroke.
adapts to
Third,
maintain vital flow.
the brain. A large UK study followed about 8,000 people for an average of 25 years. People who regularly slept 6 hours or less in midlife had a significantly higher risk of developing dementia later on. One reason is what happens during deep sleep. That's when the brain runs a cleaning system called the glymphatic system. Think of it as a nighttime wash cycle for the brain. It clears away waste, including amyloid beta, a protein linked to Alzheimer's disease. When sleep gets cut short, that cleaning time gets cut short too. Waste starts to build up. In the short term, that can feel like brain fog and poor focus. Over the long term, the hippocampus, the brain region tied to memory, can shrink. Here's what most people miss. All of this can happen before diabetes ever shows up on a blood test. Your fasting glucose may still be normal, while insulin resistance is already worse. Visceral fat is building, blood vessels are getting stiffer, and the brain is falling behind on waste removal. So if you're only looking at blood sugar, you're not seeing the full picture. So how fast can this build up? Pretty fast. In the short term, just a few nights of 4 to 5 hours of sleep can reduce insulin sensitivity, raise cortisol, and push appetite toward high-calorie foods. Over the long term, the damage adds up. A meta-analysis of more than 100,000 people found that every hour of sleep below 7 was linked to a 9% higher risk of type 2 diabetes. Sleeping less than 5 hours was linked to 1.5 times the odds of metabolic syndrome. And the brain effects in the UK study built up over decades. There's one more key point here. Belly fats may be the main link holding all of this together. In population studies, body weight and waist size explain much of the connection between short sleep and metabolic syndrome. In other words, your waistline may be showing a problem that your blood test hasn't picked up yet. So here's the bottom line. Sleep loss and chronic stress keep cortisol high for too long. That drives fat deep around your organs, damages the inner lining of your blood vessels, and slows the brain's waste cleaning system. These changes don't happen one at a time. They happen together, and they can start long before your blood sugar looks abnormal on a routine test. Aim for 7 hours of sleep when you can, and try to get to bed before midnight. In the next video, we'll look at people whose blood sugar still looks normal, but whose belly keeps growing, and we'll show why that may be a warning sign that a metabolic time bomb is already ticking. Subscribe to see what everyday habits do inside your body. This video is for educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for medical advice. Always talk to your doctor about health concerns.